Hello everybody, and welcome to a bit of an experiment. Normally when I post these campaign videos, I record them as I fly these missions, and you guys get to just watch the footage recorded from the mission itself. This time I've tried something different. I figure a lot of you come to my channel primarily for my commentary, and not really to hear Nitrous talking about trombones, and if you don't know what I mean by trombones, then it's probably for the best. But, so what I did last Sunday was I actually recorded a replay track file of the mission, and thought, why don't I go through it later, with the benefit of hindsight, and basically provide post-commentary, just as an experiment. And so here we are. Before I go any further, look at that view. Bloody hell. You forget how pretty this game can be sometimes. The game is Isle to Sturmovik Cliffs of Dover. Stop asking. Jesus Christ, I put it in the description for every bloody video, but people still ask. Anyway, we're taking off at first light at dawn. With 64 Squadron here. And even though it looks gorgeous, naturally, being the whiny bunch that we are in the actual game right now, we were all complaining because it was too dark to see where the runway was. Not sitting here appreciating the gorgeous view the mission builders put together for us. No, we were bitching about the fact that we couldn't see where we were going. But, you know, whatever. That's just the way of things. So anyway, this mission is based on a historical one. Took place, I think it's historical anyway, that took place on the 24th of December 1940, so Christmas Eve 1940. The previous night, the Germans had bombed Manchester up north. They sent a bombing raid up to Manchester at night, and were delayed on their way home because of a 12 miles per hour headwind coming in the opposite direction. Which means that some of their bombers are still stuck over England, and it's just getting light. So the RAF is being scrambled to go up there and shoot the bastards down for bombing a bunch of civilians. I know that's a touchy topic. I probably shouldn't touch it, but anyway. So that's what we're doing, ostensibly. Now, there's the Germans, the Abville boys over on the other side of the channel there, JG26, they're coming up to protect their murdering, rotten Hun bastard friends up there somewhere. So we're going to run into a lot of 109s. In fact, spoilers, but over the course of this entire video you will not see a single bomber. I'm pretty sure the Hurricanes got to them long before we ever could, so fair play to them. We just mopped up the fighters, which was fine by me, frankly. It's more exciting. So yeah, here we are. We're at Kenley, as per usual, at, what was the time? Oh right, yeah, I've got interface disabled, and therefore my mouse cursor is invisible. What a great feature. Thanks for that, Cliffs of Dover developers. Yeah, it's 6:29 AM, that's in-game time. And yeah, admittedly, it's pretty dark, and it is difficult to see the runway. Now, I believe at this point Nitrous has wandered off into the middle of the fucking airfield somewhere. I'm controlling the view, by the way, with my mouse. You can get it so that it records all your head tracking movements from the mission itself, but for some reason I couldn't actually change to the aircraft view when I did it that way. It just popped me up with a view of the English Channel and not actually in my aeroplane, which was a bit strange, and I couldn't change it. So I'm now controlling the views with my mouse at the moment, to look around instead of you actually seeing it as I saw it in the game. Which is unfortunate, but never mind. Didn't realise that was going to be the case at the time, so whatever. Yeah, Nitrous is wandering around his... Is that him? No, that's a Hurricane. Anyway, he's wandering around here somewhere, possibly in the middle of the bloody airfield, looking for the runway. Now, Lukey, at this point... where is Lukey? His call sign is A for Apple. His plane has A written on it anyway, so if you see that, you'll know it's him. He's actually pointing out at this point the fairly obvious, well, it should be fairly obvious, but apparently it wasn't, fact that if we just follow the Perry track here, it will take us to a runway. But no. We've got guys going off onto an expedition into the... Oh, there he goes. There he goes. B for bastard. Heading off into the middle of the airfield to look for the runway. Good grief. I suppose it must have made sense at the time. But, yeah, anyway. You can tell it's him because he's got a little pink diamond painted on the side of his aeroplane on his wing there. But technically it's not a pink diamond before the historical accuracy crew get on my nuts about it. It's actually a gas detection patch which has turned pink on account of all the Coronas he constantly drinks whenever he's flying on a Sunday. That's how I'm choosing to explain it. He used to fly with a pink rudder on his Spitfire, you see, and he got told off for it. So when I made the new skins for 64 Squadron, I put that on there just as a nod. Now, yeah, so anyway, he's wandering off into the middle of the runway, and I'm thinking I might speed up time in a minute just so you can watch it in fast motion, which is admittedly quite funny. That over there is Treble 1 Squadron, number 111. They were supposed to be on 5-minute readiness. We were supposed to take off immediately, and they were supposed to be on 5-minute readiness awaiting the call to scramble. However, the guys in charge at the top evidently got some wires crossed and told them to scramble immediately, which means that there's going to be something very close to an unfortunate incident just as we're about to try and take off. I'll be later yet. Nitrous is still wandering around down there. Yes, well, we may be some time, folks, so to be honest with you, I think I might have to come back when we've actually started making a move towards the runway. I'm afraid. Okay, now, not a moment too soon, actually. I basically decided at this point, because we were supposed to be getting up right away, and we were just kind of mucking about here, I announced, fuck it, I'm going to the runway, we're going to go take off. Quite unceremoniously, because I'd had enough of this rubbish, frankly, and, you know, here I'm getting a bit stuck because I forgot to launch virtual joystick, which meant my rudders weren't working, so I couldn't change direction. But now it's sorted, and I'm as Lukey pointed out, sensibly heading off down the Perry track to find the runway, which is in actual fact just there. So you probably can't see it because it is quite dark, but it is literally just there. So there's Treble 1 taking off. Credit where it's due, that lot are quite good at their formation stuff. And that does look quite impressive. So anyway, it's the rest of 64. I think I've got Banzai following me, behind me there. He's my number 2. I'm gold leader, he's gold 2. Gold 3 is Vranek. Don't know where the bloody hell he is though. It was a bit of a mess, to be honest with you. Normally we fly in sections, of course, like as in I'm gold leader, and we have gold 2 and Vranek is gold 3, and we fly as sections. In this mission we fucking didn't though, because it was such a shambles trying to get to the runway, so we just took off in whatever order we could get onto the runway. Never mind. We do practice this, you know. We do training sessions every Tuesday. And we practice this sort of thing, and I tell you what, it always goes wonderfully on the Tuesday training sessions, but as soon as we get into campaign, everybody, myself included, manages to fluff it up. And speaking of fluffing it up, there's Ratty in his Hurricane, nearly knocking my head off with his undercarriage, and there's somebody over there who just flipped his Hurricane over on takeoff, so, you know. Treble 1, obviously, we're having some issues too. I think everybody at Kenley pretty much screwed up on this particular mission. But never mind. Anyway, yeah, I've managed to find the runway finally. I believe Nitrous and Binky Toner are lining up somewhere on a completely different fucking runway right now. Yeah, there they are over there. And in the midst of another hurricane trying to take off as well, and oh, good grief. Yeah, it's this could have gone better, what can I say? Anyway, they've buggered off to their runway over there, and where did he go? Oh, there he is. That's Treble 1, finally on the climb out. We're lining up here, that's Banzai, you can tell it's Banzai because he's got M on his plane and he's got a big Polish roundel, because Banzai is Polish. As is Ludajad. cruise around here somewhere as well. That's Lukey with SHA. It's Bukats from Serbia with SHC. And that is... what bloody hell's that? Show me your letter, damn you. SHJ, that's Bartman. And that's Vranek, I think. I think I can see his Yugoslavian roundel on the side there. Not entirely sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Vranek. There's red eyes around here somewhere. I can't remember if he was flying with this red eyes from Norway. There's SHZ. That, I think he's Ludo. He's over there. SHW next to him is Binkitone. There's another Hurricane who seems to be lost. Your squadron took off about 20 fucking minutes ago, mate. I'm sorry, but you've just missed him. I wonder who that is. Get that man's number. Dunno, couldn't read it. Never mind. Oh, and there's another one. Good lord. I didn't notice this at the time, actually, I've got to be honest with you. I thought they'd all taken off at this point, but apparently not. Anyway, yeah, everyone else is just about getting formed up. Oh god, there goes another one. And another one! Fucking hell! That's like half their squadron. Christ, well, never mind. We weren't doing much better ourselves. Not in a position to complain much. Yeah, we're almost lined up at this point, and I'm saying at Gromik at this point. Can we go now? Can we go now? Can we please start rolling? Can we please start rolling? Because we're supposed to be off the ground, damn it! I think we're still waiting on one more at the back there. And I've got me trucks out at this point, ready to roll. This is why the aircraft is wobbling about a bit, because of the weird wind effects in this game, and I'm trying to balance it with my rudder and my brakes. Yeah, there's someone filing into the back there. Might be Vranek, actually. I think this fellow with the black wing here is Gromik. Squadron leader, intrepid squadron leader, who admittedly rather sensibly chooses to let everyone else charge in front of him. So when the shit hits the fan, he's got a few human shields in front of him. And we're rolling. Oh, that's Gromik over there on the left. My mistake. But anyway, yeah, we're rolling now. And there's another Hurricane taking off down there. Look at that. Fucking hell. They're like rats. They're everywhere. Two more. No. Hang on a minute. That's a Hurricane and one of us that was taken off from the other runway. But anyway, that's Nitrous, I think, actually, because I'm about to form up on Nitrous. Okay, canopy shut, as per RAF procedure, don't you know? You're supposed to land and take off with your canopy open, and preferably with your door unlocked. Because that means you can exit the aircraft if something goes horribly wrong very quickly. Of course, most people just take off with the canopy closed because they're lazy, but hey, I like my immersion, so I try to do it by the book. There's another Hurricane. Where on earth is he going to go? I don't think... Oh no, they are still here, look. Bloody hell, I thought they'd gone by this point. I do believe Top Hat Control's argument after the fact was to let them get up there before us, because otherwise they'd never make it, and I'm beginning to think they were right. Oh dear. For the viewers watching at home, don't worry, we in ACG constantly take the piss out of each other as a general rule, so don't feel offended or embarrassed or anything. But again, look at that bloody gorgeous view, and of course at the time, again, we're not enjoying the lovely view, we're all complaining because it's too dark and we're late. This and that and the other, but that's Kenley Aerodrome down there, and that is a very pretty sunrise. It's easy to take this shit for granted, I suppose. Anyway, yeah, we're on the climb out now. I think we're heading to the sort of Wilmington area. Can I get a map up while we're watching this? Probably not, to be honest. No, it doesn't look like it. Well, maybe I could, but the interface is disabled, so never mind. Otherwise I'd be able to tell you where Wilmington was, but it's south from here anyway, somewhere. you wouldn't really help much anyway, unless you've got a particularly good knowledge of the geography of the United Kingdom. But anyway, we're going south somewhere. I'm waving my wings around, I think, because Vranek was asking me where I was, so I gave him a wing wave. I'm not drunk, honest. There was a reason to that madness. And there's Nitrous, who is not in charge of the squadron at all, but at this point he was the only one who was willing to step forward and say, right, you bastards, follow me. So that's exactly what we did. Anyway, I guess I'll be back when we're actually over Wilmington or wherever the hell it is we're going. We'll be very high up as well. We'll be at contrail altitude and stuff, so that will be interesting. And we are at 26,000 feet. 26,000 feet right now. Over, well, that's Wilmington down there, that sticky outy bit. Beachy Head, technically, actually, is the sticky outy bit. Wilmington's down there, near the sticky outy bit. And Eastbourne is down below us somewhere, and we're up at 26,000 feet, and we're actually being told by sector control you are not high enough. So we're going to have to keep climbing. There's Nitrous in front of me just crossing over to the left there. Got some hurricanes here, presumably. That's not a hurricane, that's someone else completely. But we've got some hurricanes around here milling about. Presumably that's Treble 1 Squadron. Who got here slightly before us. Oh yes, I remember this. There's 1, 2, 3 hurricanes chasing a single 109 in a climb. We've got another one next to him there. Fruitlessly chasing him in a climb, but 5 stars for effort, lads, I suppose. Yeah, and at this point we're basically just... We're in the general combat area according to what we're being told by chaps on the ground. But we really don't see anything that isn't already being engaged. We think we don't want to send the entire squadron chasing after a single enemy contact that's already being chased. So we're really just loitering at this point. I'm out of formation at the minute, obviously, of course. I don't really give a shit at this point, though, because I'm somewhat more concerned with maintaining my situational awareness than maintaining a tight formation, because in the combat area, flying in a nice straight line with your wingman is generally, in my experience, something that gets you shot. I think that might be a German diving away there, quite sensibly. Yes, just rejoining the pack out the back. Obviously, to begin with, this mission was a bit of a mess anyway. No one was in their sections to begin with, so I've got no one following me, even though I'm gold leader. So I'm taking the opportunity to just sort of, you know, watch my own arse, rather than trying to maintain a formation and get other people to do it for me. I think the squadron split up into roughly 2 groups at this point who are flying about. I'm in the first group right here. The second group's around here somewhere. It's quite a view, isn't it, though, all these contrails. So, what altitude are we at now? There we go. 27,500 feet. This probably won't even be the highest we get to. Very high altitude stuff, this. Now, ironically, of course, this was December the 24th in-game, even though the Battle of Britain is currently being marked by its 75th anniversary in real life. We're actually over and done with when it comes to the Battle of Britain here in ACG, at least in our campaign. And flying up at this altitude, even though people complain about it quite often, because they can't be asked to climb all the way up here. The 109s particularly don't like it because their engines don't do very good up here. Ours don't either, to be fair, but I think they seem to be slightly worse off. But the fact of the matter is, this is the altitude that... In fact, we're actually slightly lower than the average altitude of a dogfight at this period of the war. 30,000 feet and above was the norm for the absolute top cover. Slightly lower than that. And at this point, yeah, the sky's clear, but we have spotted a single contact, which I've confirmed is a German. And he's flying perpendicular to us, and I'm about to cut his angle. put the power on, cut the angle, because this chap would be able to get away from us, but he doesn't seem to have spotted any of us. God knows how. We're dragging contrails everywhere now. There is a lot of us, as you can see. And we're going for him, because why not? He's the only one around we can see, so we can safely engage this guy and still stick together, you see. So now I believe I've pulled in front at this point, or at least I'm about to. Because I'm cutting the angle a lot more aggressively than the others, and I think I'm possibly managing my engine a bit better. Who knows? But anyway, yeah, doing 150 miles an hour at the minute. Indicated airspeed. Obviously, our ground speed is probably a lot more than that, because the higher up you get, the lower your indicated airspeed gets. You're sort of magically flying fast and slow at the same time. It's a bit weird. But anyway, yeah, we're getting closing in now. This guy still has not spotted us. Still. I mean, look, we're not exactly, you know, being stealthy about this, are we? But I'm trying to, because I'm trying to stay under his tail at the moment. Because at the moment, in the actual mission, I'm concentrating on him, and nothing but him. I'm zoomed right in, and I'm just looking straight at him. I'm not concentrating on the entire squadron of Spitfires that are flying alongside me. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm the only one here. And I'm trying to get right under him, both to build up some more speed by putting my nose down in order to catch up with him, and also just so he can't see me. The rear visibility in the 109 is really quite bad. Really quite bad, in fact. And staying in a position like this means that you're almost invisible to the fella. Of course, that doesn't account for the rest of them out here being invisible, but whatever. Probably didn't see me closing on him. He saw that lot and thought he could get away from him. Who knows? Only he does. And this is the sort of thing you fucking dream about in ACG's campaign. It rarely happens, but I'm closing in and he's still not seen me, and I'm lining it up. Wait till the last second, and fire, and boom. Set on fire. Leaning down to get a confirmed look at that, and he's done for. Extremely done for. That fire is not going to go out, that's a fuel tank fire. I believe he tried to bail out, but because his canopy popped off, but he didn't make it, he burned to death before he could get out. Yeah, so that's confirmed for me. Extremely confirmed. I think half bloody squadron saw that. The fellow who went down there, that was Lee, who is actually a very nice guy, and I've met him at Duxford this year in real life. He's a really, really nice guy, and after I found out it was him I'd shot down, I felt slightly bad, I have to admit. Not bad enough to not shoot him, but slightly bad. Bad luck, I suppose. Ultimately, the thing is, much as in real life, ultimately you want to bring down the machine. You don't necessarily want to kill the pilot. In ACG we have persistent pilot characters logged into our database. And it sucks when one of them dies. Even bailing out over enemy territory is preferable to getting killed in the cockpit. At least that's what I think anyway. Closing in on a second one here. I think he's behind a Hurricane. And I'm actually going to slow down time as we do this because something quite hilarious happens. Also, the slow-mo in this replay mode is actually quite cool. So anyway, yeah, we're closing in, I'm firing. I leave it too close, basically, when I'm firing, and I don't do much other than hit his wings. That's something I have a habit of doing. I always leave it far too late to open fire. And that usually means I get a little bit too close when I need to break off. And that's exactly what's happening now. And watch this. Boom. Bye-bye, wingtip. See you later. There's a shit ton of Hurricanes in behind this guy as well, so I don't know what happened to him, but I'd be surprised if he made it home in one piece. That blasted Hurricane is firing right now. And he was the whole time I was going past that 109. He could have bloody well hit me, but no, we don't care if we hit the Spitfire, do we? Bloody yobs with wings, Hurricanes, I tell you. Anyway. Yeah, he's diving away now, and he's got about 6 of them on his tail, so whatever. I've had my victory for the day, you know, anything else is a bonus at this point, to be honest. But that was a pretty close call, to be honest with you. If I'd cut that any closer, we'd be missing more than just a wingtip. And to be fair, even though I'm missing just a wingtip, it is messing with my aerodynamics a fair old bit. This wing is now creating less lift than this wing, which is creating a definite imbalance, which is making manoeuvring quite a bit more difficult. Actually, you'd be surprised just that one little wingtip actually how much difference it makes in the Spitfire. People complain, as they always do. They say the Spitfire is invincible, and that its wings are made of concrete, and that you can blow all sorts of bits off it and it will still manoeuvre like a champ. And I can tell you for a fact that that is not the sodding case. Even losing that little wingtip means I cannot any more reliably get away from it, a 109 on my 6. If I do try a hard brake turn, there's a good chance I'll go into an accelerated stall just because I'm missing that extra little wing area on the side there. So I really need to be on the ball at this point, and to be honest with you, it might have been a sensible idea just to go back to base, but since we're already up here, I've still got plenty of ammo. I'm with the rest of the squadron and I've got support. In fact, I've got a wingman right here, as a matter of fact. I decided to stay in the air. You know, we do this only once every Sunday, so you might as well try and get your money's worth out of a campaign mission while you're here, you know. So we got a pair of Spitties in front of us, 109 closing in behind them. I believe I'm yelling to brake right now, and yes, whoever that is does seem to have got the message. The 109's off him now, and the 109's actually changed targets, I think, and he's going after the first one, who I'm also now telling to brake. He's gone into a spin. Still got the 109 on him. Oh no, okay, looks like he's pulling off, okay. Right, someone's bacon there was saved by a whisker. Not sure who it was at the end of the day. Might have been Gromick, if I remember correctly. I probably don't remember correctly, though. So now me and I think Banzai are giving chase to this fella. I might as well stay with Banzai. He's in my section after all, so if no one else is going to support him, I certainly will. The wingtip, the drag being caused by this missing wingtip, probably means there's no hope in hell of me ever catching this 109 up ahead, but Banzai probably can, so for now, if nothing else, we can try and cut this guy's angle, and I'll watch Banzai 6, make sure nothing sneaks up behind him. But I don't think any of us are gaining much ground on this guy. There are a couple of points where I think we come close, but we just don't quite manage it. Yeah, at this point I'm not even trying to chase at the moment, I'm just trying to get a good view behind us. Everyone else is engaged elsewhere. You can see contrails here and there. The rendering distance for them isn't very high though, so there's probably more people around than you can actually see. I apologise if you can't see bugger all on the video anyway, actually, by the way. Unfortunately, I can't turn external views and icons on, which is one thing I wanted to try. But I can't do that, because the server which I recorded this on, the ACG campaign server, doesn't allow external views and icons, and therefore it doesn't appear on the replay, which is kind of annoying, to be honest with you. It'd be nice if we could get some sort of tool which re-enables externals and icons for the replays. I believe ATAG have got something like that for their replays. It'd be nice if we had something like that for ours, but I don't know if anyone's got the knowledge and the know-how to code it. But anyway, yeah, we're just continuing the chase at this point. And to be honest with you, I might cut again at this point because, you know, we're going to be here for some time, folks. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, almost didn't catch that, but I'm turning away right now after having chased that bastard for God knows how long, because there's some friends. And by friends, I actually mean enemies. And I'm turning, and I'm turning, and I'm turning. This guy, for some stupid reason, was turning and turning and turning as well, so Gromick or someone there jumped in on its tail and promptly scared him off. And the other fella's now come down again. Now we've broken off him, and you've got a sort of train of guys now. I'm diving in here to try and lend some support. guy just pulls up tighter than I can. Just tighter than I can, and he shoots a load of rounds into the back of Gromik. Does some serious damage. I'm telling Gromik the whole time to brake and that, and I fire some shots as well, which I think might have hit. It went below my nose though, so I couldn't tell. And there you go. Gromik's pretty badly damaged. There he is. He's missing an elevator and his rudder, and he's got a hole in his wing. He's going to have to bail in a few seconds, actually, because the plane's pretty much uncontrollable. I think he's probably got engine damage as well. And the 109s at this point. There's two of them. There's this fella and the one diving away in front. Vukuts fires some shots at him. But these two have had enough, I think. They're getting the hell out of here. I climb up to get a bit of view at this point and then come back down, maybe try and dive on one of them. But it's pretty much fruitless at this point. It's basically useless. Okay, no, they are sticking around. I don't think I can quite pull the angle on this one though, look. Yeah. I tried, but no dice. Goes down that way. Someone else is pulling onto him now, I think. It's quite difficult to keep track of using the mouse, I've got to say. Jesus Christ. That's why people buy head tracking software and hardware like TrackIR. As a bit of a side note, actually, I have ordered a new piece of head tracking software called TrackHat. Oh Christ, there's someone behind me. Just saw the cannons going past there, but I seem to have cheated death again. Completely missed. Yeah, you can see the smoky traces going past on my left, but yeah, they're all quite wide. Here he comes again, and yeah, not sure what happened there, really. Just went straight under me. In fact, he might have been ignoring me and going for whoever was on his mate down below, but anyway. That's pretty much it, actually. I mean, it's a little... Oh, no, there he is. There he is. Here he comes again, I think. And here comes the brake, which, again, as I said before, is actually quite tricky on account of my missing wingtip, but I've managed to get away. In fact, I almost, I think, went into an accelerated stall there, which is why the aircraft kind of jolted and the carburetor cut out. And there he goes. I think he's one of the very last guys left on this side of the channel, actually, at this point. And I'm trying to turn and wiggle and all that sort of stuff because I can't see him at the moment, and I'm just generally following the rule that RAF pilots followed, which was don't fly in a straight line for more than 20 seconds in the combat area. And you would be surprised at just how valuable that one piece of advice is when it comes to not dying. Don't fly straight and level. If you know there are enemies about and you can't see them, wiggle, turn, maneuver, do what you need to do. It will make it that much more difficult for them to come at you. And if you're already making an angle, when one does come at you and you see him, it makes it much easier to get away from him because you can just tighten your angle, rather than having to roll over from flying straight and then try and get away, which is much more difficult. As while the 109 can't out-turn a Spitfire, he can still stay with the Spitfire in a turn for quite a bit, actually, even when he's going faster. He can do that just enough to squeeze off the shot he needs at you from a deflection angle, which is why you need to be wiggling around and moving and stuff. But anyway, yeah, now he's long gone now at this point. I believe I top at control, which is the name for the sector controllers, who are the guys with our RDF software who are watching the entire battle from the comfort of their computer screens. They get in touch with me directly, actually, and tell me that I'm the closest in the area to a lone contact who is down near Dungeon S over there. That's the other sticky outy bit. And let me know I'm in the area and need to get in touch with them. However, it's to no avail on account of the fact that oh, hello, who's that down there? I think it's a lone hurricane. Yeah, I remember that. Minding his business and I'm minding mine, so. I think at this point oh, big stutter. Yeah, I meant to turn into this guy and fly alongside him as a pair, because you're better off flying as a pair even with someone who's not on comms with you than you are alone. But he just sort of broke away from me there, and he's now heading in the opposite direction, so I don't really know what was going on there, but he seems very determined not to fly with me, so I was like, fine, sod it, I'll be off then. But anyway, yeah, I'm being told that there's a bandit in the area down there at Dungeon S. I'm the closest one to him. But it's to no avail on account of the fact that I don't quite get the entire message from Sector Control, unfortunately, because everyone in my TeamSpeak channel, the 64 channel, are all excitedly shouting and talking and stuff like that right over Donkey, who's our guy in Sector Control, trying to get in touch with me, and I'm actually yelling at them to shut the fuck up so I can hear what's being said to me. Yeah, our comms are a mess. That's probably one of the other reasons you're blessed for not having to watch this live. It's quite a din. But even so, the chap promptly turned, apparently, according to radar, and headed back in the direction of France. We strongly suspected that he was slightly lost and maybe thought this was France over here we were flying over. So, anyway, yeah, he about turned and headed off back towards France before anyone could really get near him. And that's it. At that point, we decided to call it a day and go land back at Hawkinge down there on the coast somewhere. We decided we couldn't be asked to go find Kenley in this low light. We'd never find it, or even if we did, it'd take us forever. Navigation isn't 64 Squadron's strong suit, as everybody else in ACG are very keen to point out at every opportunity. It's not that hard, to be honest with you. All you have to do is press tab 7 and then 2, and it will show you a vector back to your own home base, but never mind. Yeah, I mean, you saw us trying to find a fucking runway at the start when all we should have done is follow the Perry track, so I needn't elaborate further, I think, at this point. I think you guys get the gist. And you thought my sense of direction was bad. Christ. Anyway, yeah, that's it. I'm going to cut now, I think, to the landing at this point, because otherwise you'll just see me fruitlessly flying around looking for a 109 that isn't there for the next 10 minutes. And here we are, home sweet, home away from home on the coast. That big brown field there is actually Hawkinge. The hangars haven't rendered in yet in the game, so it just looks like an empty field, but there they are. That's the place. Know it well, landed there many times. And so yeah, we're going to go for a landing. I'm a little concerned at this point, on account of my missing wingtip, that the imbalance might cause some issues when I try to come in to land, but it should be fine, ultimately. So I come in, kill lots of my speed, slide slipping, come right down to 140 miles an hour and below, gears down, flaps down. I'm going to come in and glide it in. What should hopefully be a fairly good landing. Now, landing the Spitfire in Cliffs of Dover is hard. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. They say, oh no, it's easy. It's really easy. Don't know what you're talking about. Shut the fuck up. It is actually quite hard, and I won't hear I won't hear anything otherwise. I've flown all 3, well, 4 if you count the G50 fighters in this game, and this is by far the most tricky to get on the ground. I can do it reasonably well most of the time, but that's only through a lot of practice. So anyway, we're crossing the fence at about 90 miles an hour, which is by the book as it comes. Pulling up, so we've got a 3-point attitude, and down we go. There's real grease at that one, actually. The wheels came straight onto the ground. Nary so much as a bump. Which is ironic, really. I've done worse landings with my plane in perfect condition, but without wingtip, I seem to have managed that quite nicely. And there we go. Not sure who that was that landed over there, just in front of us. We're going to go taxi over the hangars, pull up, and watch everyone else come in. Pretty much most of 64's coming in at the moment to Hawkinge. We didn't have any casualties. Gromit was shot down, but he bailed out successfully over Wilmington, apparently. And we scalped quite a few. I got one, damaged a couple of others. And I believe Nitrous shot down 3. Got he got the bounce on an entire formation of them that didn't see him coming, so he absolutely wrecked the lot of them. So yeah, we put some stick about, don't you know, we made him jump. This mission. That's Banzai. My number 2 coming in now. His flap's still down. Damn it, man! You put your flaps up as soon as you hit the ground. That's the rules. That's how you fly the blasted Spitfires. What it says in the rule book, you know. Good grief, man. I'm half joking, but actually, seriously though, that's what you're meant to do. As soon as you alight, as they call it, once your wheels get on the ground, you are to raise your flaps so that all the weight of the aircraft comes down on your 2 front wheels. Someone else came in there with... I think that was Nitrous. I think he turned his engine off just as he was coming in because he's a mad bastard. Now he's turned it back on again so he can taxi on over here. I don't really know. My engine's off now, but he's shot down plenty of 109s today, so he's earned the right to fly like a madman. Yeah, I don't know why. It's really quite simple once you know how. To be honest with you, you come in, you cross the fence at 90 miles an hour, you get down, wheels on the ground at about 70. And you don't have to do any ridiculous nonsense like killing your engine in order to be able to stop. It's actually very well modelled. And when it comes to the landing of the Spitfire in this game, it is very, very well modelled. And credit to Team Fusion, it happens exactly as it's described in pilots' manuals and you know, first-hand pilots' accounts. It has the tendency to float for a long time as you come into land, and you adopt the 3-point attitude, and it just naturally comes down by itself. After which you pull up the flaps, and that not only assures that you don't bounce afterwards, but again, as I said, it puts all the weight on the landing gear. And you know, it happens exactly like that in this game. So you know, well done to the modders, because they done a damn fine job. And that's it, really. Good mission. Really, really good mission. It's rare that you get a confirmed kill like I got. On the RAF side, you generally tend to just get some bullets into them, maybe damage some components, see them streaming glycol from their radiators, and then they'll book it for home, and you won't see anything hide nor hair of them after that, and you basically have to note it down as a probable or a damaged. But I managed to set that one right on fire because I managed to get right in behind him and give him a good burst. So that's a confirmed one in the books, which I think makes 13 kills over the course of the campaign so far. And that's over the course of a good few months. So, not bad. Not bad at all. We had it easy this time, naturally, because we were fighting over England rather than going over to France, but it made a nice change, because we've been going over to France quite a lot lately. That's someone else over there. I think it's Vranek, if memory serves. So anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching, everybody. That was the Leaning Forward campaign mission, I don't know which. Video number, I can't remember. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the post-commentary. If you didn't, obviously let me know, to be honest with you, because I can just go back to recording it live. As I said, this was a bit of an experiment. I wanted to see how it worked out. And so just basically let me know if you preferred the original format, where I just recorded the footage live, or whether you preferred me talking over it like a numpty the whole time. I don't know. Some people are probably going to prefer the live recording. Some of you will prefer listening to my commentary, I'm sure. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time with hopefully the next campaign mission, if it isn't total crap and not worth recording, which has happened once or twice with me in the past, which is why my video numbers don't match up with the campaign missions. But anyway, yeah. Cheers for watching, everybody, and I'll see you soon.